So, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more PSGL F1 action. Tonight we're here for the Bahrain GP under the lights in Sakir, and you are joined by the cover F1 commentators, shall I say. I am Lickle Blocks, F5 commentator, replacing Owen for tonight, as Owen is sick, so hopefully Owen can get well soon, but I'll be here filling in tonight, just trying to provide all the best action possible. Got a full grid of 20 drivers, some of the best drivers on the whole PS4 site, and I'll be looking forward to see what they have to offer in what can be a very entertaining Bahrain Grand Prix. We've had a few entertaining races in the past, the most notable one being 2014 when we saw the two Mercedes going at it for a number of laps. But we've also seen a bit of PSGL history around here if we turn ourselves back to season 20, where a driver of Ash Best was in his prime, looked unstoppable, but due to wearing tyres, Mr. Experience Ugi Azim came and stole the show. Tonight I'm just going to check the penalties. I believe after last week's opening lap in Baku, which was very messy, Sparks does have a 20-second time penalty added to his race time, so it'll be a bit unfortunate for him. I hope he can show what he can do, but 20 seconds is going to be quite hard to make up, especially with the caliber of this grid. You're going to need a bit of luck on your side, and who knows, you might get that bit of luck. We'll see what tyres people got fitted. Got cars coming out in the hard tyres such as ILRT Amir, the Alfa Romeo there of, I think that was Aaron Collingwood, I don't know who it was, but cars are coming out on the softs, others are coming out on the hard tyres. A bit of a split strategy here. It should really be a one-stop medium to hard. You really don't want to be using the soft tyres here. I think the first person on their outlap is Lambo F1 in the Renault. As I was saying, you don't really want to be using the soft compound tyres in the race. You want to be using them maybe if there's a late safety car. Medium hard is the better strategy around it, or hard medium. It just allows you to be a lot safer on the strategy and have no risk of getting a puncture. And to be honest, it is the quicker strategy, so I don't see why some of these drivers would not sacrifice a bit of qualifying time to have a better race time. We're on board with Lambo here, coming down into the tricky turn 7, 8 and 9. Very easy to lock up their triple left-hander, one of the most challenging corners for non-ABS users in this game, and it has been for many years. So in this league, if you are new, the only assist that is allowed is race and night, so we won't be having any ABS merchant, shall I say, where we see people being able to slam down the brakes into that corner that I did mention about 10 seconds ago and gain a lot of time. I wonder if Lambo will start his lap, or will he come into the pit lanes. Really, I don't think he will start this lap. We'll see. He might just do a fast lap and then box at the end. But let's ride on board with Lambo F1. I believe he is just behind Onyx actually, so I won't go with Lambo, I'll go with Onyx. Where is VSR Onyx in the McLaren? Had a bit of a wretched season last season, although he did pick up his first victory in his first race in Australia. Very good from him, but we didn't really see much more of that form all season, so we'll be hoping to see Onyx back on the form for this race. He had a strong outing in Baku, started last, and I believe did get a top 5 finish, so definitely should be happy with that one as he breaks for turn 6. I believe that was a quick double upshift to allow you to get the best possible traction now into the heaviest braking zone on this whole Bahrain GP circuit. Looked like he nailed that, but the traction, or the rear of the car, just gave way there, and it looked like it was heading off the track, but keeps it in, but it would have lost him a bit of time compared to a cleaner run. So there's definitely a bit more time to find this lap for Onyx, especially seeing he is on hards and he's the first car on a lap, so there's still got to be a lot of track evolution to kick in, so I expect times to tumble down within the next 2 minutes, and then towards the end of the session where we'll see our fastest times, assuming they'll be on the medium compound tyre. Onyx does lock up into the final corner and now puts the throttle on, opens his DRS and up to the line. What would it be? It will be a 1:28.0. What about Lambo? Lambo does box, so we'll go to ILRT Amir in the Mercedes. Believe he got 4th last week, in qualifying, but then got hit from Aaron Collingwood following the shove from Sparks, which did earn Sparks that 22nd time penalty for this race. Amir sets a 27.9, Nolan sets a 28.1. Who else is there? Really want to watch someone's hard tyres, so we'll go to this man. Sparks had an excellent season last season, was I believe his second season in PSGL. People were questioning whether he should be in F1, but he proved all those critics wrong and managed to get himself into the race of champions, taking second spot behind ILRT Louis. ILRT Louis really is one of the fastest people on this game, so really Sparks should be proud of that, and he'll be looking to carry some of that form from last season over to this season. I reckon the first two rounds, so Baku and now here, will be a bit of a difficult one for him due to the penalties, but we got to see. He has backed off his lap, so I imagine he did make a mistake. We're on board with the reigning F2 champion, the PSGL Racer Champion Season 23 winner, Will Murdoch, into the final corner, down to third gear, and now up into fourth on the run to the line. He'll be looking to open his DRS now. Where we put himself, it won't be up the front, it'll be a 28.5, and he does go P4. We got Blizzard setting a 28.8 on the softs and a Big C with a 32.8 on the softs. Those laps are definitely beatable by both of those drivers. What about LR Calzo, one of the newer drivers into the PSGL site? Makes his way straight into F1. He's going to be getting a nice little tow from his teammate here, Lee Finley, one of the most experienced drivers on the F1 grid now, giving his teammate a decent tow as he comes towards the end of sector 2. You don't want to be getting on this inside curb on the right side here, because if you do, there's a good chance you're spinning and ending up in that barrier. It's not as lethal as last game, but it still can claim a lot of victims. That is quite wide from Calzo there, to be honest. I wonder, is that going to be an invalidation from him? It's looking relatively clean though, so hopefully it isn't an invalidation, as out of the final corner he comes. Opens DRS. It's not going to be pole position, it's going to be P3 for Calzo. Good effort from him, just ahead of S2V Nolan. While we're speaking of Nolan, let's go on board him. He is up through sector 1 in the Haas. The man who puts lots of hours into this game. He'll be looking to put those hours to good use and try and get some good results here in PSGL. Does race in other leagues such as AOR F2. So he is definitely a very quick driver. Be looking to see what Nolan can do. This is going to be the first time match you're going to be commentating over him, so hopefully he can put in a good showing for tonight in Bahrain. Very nice detail from Cohen Masters. Track looking wonderful. Makes the cars like the Haas, the Renault, the Red Bull, the McLaren, all those cars, every car to be honest, just look amazing here. The night tracks, I feel like we need to get a few more on the F1 calendar, because they really are something you love to see. Nolan was 2 and a bit tenths up there, so he will be challenging Amir's time. Seeing that he don't make a mistake in this final corner, it looks relatively nice there. He hits his apex, runs a bit wide, and now opens DRS. Will it be fastest? Nolan up to the line, 27.7, and he does go P1. What about Jake Tex or Louis? What about Louis? Who's ahead? Louis ahead, so we'll go on board with the reigning champion, the 2-time F1 champion. He'll be looking to make it free. He says he wants to be here in this game and get 4 F1 championships. He wants to win every F1 championship on the F1 2019 game. So we need someone like Nolan, Amir, Blizzard to come in and try stop this man. Louis has gained a reputation to be a bit of a hard tyre merchant, so if he's going by that, we should expect him to really go fastest here. Down into the final corner, Pog has left the session, so I wonder, has he got the engine glitch? We've got a car spinning as well as Likitu out the final corner. Likitu having a horrible start to qualifying. Louis does go fastest by 2 tenths of a second, 1:27.537, and that is a very impressive time from him. We'll turn our attention to Jake. Jay is in fact going slow, so we won't go on board with him. We'll go to Zenki, 28.0 first sector. What's that like in comparison to Louis? About half a tenth to a tenth off, I'd say, Zenki. So he's definitely had a strong first sector. I wonder if he can carry this strength into sector 2 and 3, braking for one of the trickiest corners. Uses second gear, doesn't go down to first gear like some of the other drivers. Maybe it's a bit easier for him to get the throttle down out of here. And now down into turn 10. We've seen few overtakes here. We've seen an instant here in real life between Antonio Giovinazzi and Daniele Cavilla, and we've got VSR Onyx out of the session. Wonder what's happened to him. Where has he crashed? I think there's going to be two possible places. That was one of the places I thought, but he's not there. So will it be the end of set one? Very unforgiving curbs there, so I wonder, has he lost his will by going a bit too wide and spinning off into the barriers? It's not what he needs on it. He does not need another recovery drive after crashing out last week's qualifying. Zenki up to the line. It will be P3, so it makes it a Haas second and third. Good lap from him. Jay's messed it again, so we won't go to him. Will's on a slow one, Smart's on a slow one. Who else is there? Elon Nick, one of the other new drivers into PSGL F1. Believe he was in F2 last season, managed to gain his opportunity from drivers such as Gamer, Odems, and in fact that me having to pull out, which is, you've got to be there. So let's see what Nick can do. We got Onyx saying in the chat, I am a Muppet, so clearly he is not happy with himself. Amir goes second on a 127.6. Good effort from him just behind Louis. Nolan is getting ready for a set of softs from what it seems. Nick up to the line, 28.6, and just goes outside the top 10 in P11, which could be argued one of the best starting positions when not on pole position, because you get a free choice of tyre there. So let's watch Lambo down into a heavy braking zone. Hits that inside apex nicely, and now on the throttle up into overtake as it gives you more straight line speed. So that's what all these drivers will be doing, and now up into hot lap for more cornering speed, or more speed on the exit in fact in Lambo. I don't know, I think it looks alright. He's getting a bit near that inside cut. The car does look a bit shaky, to be honest. Doesn't look like he's got complete control under it, and a lot of understeer there. Just did not look like it was turning. We got the key to fit in the intermediates. Well, why is that? The key to is fit in the intermediates, and I wonder if he'll come out on track and then, because that'd be a bit silly if he does. We have got a full grid if I haven't mentioned already, so that is something good to see. And Lambo goes P10 on a 128.4. What about last week's pole sitter, Aaron Collingwood? An impressive start to his F1 career, then it quickly went down the drain with him crashing out. We got Callum Anderson asking, why aren't you racing Lickle? I've got no will, and I won't be getting one till after Christmas, so I won't be racing till after then. Got the kids saying, just messing around, don't worry. I wasn't worried. I should pray he didn't go. I just pray he didn't go out on track, really. What about Louis? Another lap on these hard tyres. 6 and a bit minutes to go in this session. I wonder if there is a bit of a timing glitch, because usually streamers does have this problem, which I don't like. Hopefully Codemasters can fix it, because usually there's about an extra minute on the driver screen than what we have. Anyway, Louis, he's got a McLaren just ahead of him. I wonder if that is, who is that? It's not a McLaren, it's a Renault in fact, of Lambo F1, the other Renault powered cars. And Louis is going to get a little bit of a tow here. It doesn't really take as much of the slipstream as he could. Got Callum, what will you get in? I don't know yet. Callum. Anyway, let's focus on this. Louis through the fast flat right hander in these modern era cars, and he is half a tenth up, Louis, so he's still improving, and with a bit more time to be found there, he does run a bit wide, so I wonder, is that an invalidation from him? Braking for the final corner, ILRT Louis, he'll be looking to extend his lead at the front. Poe goes fastest on the 27.2 on the soft tyres. So Poe is going for the alternate strategy here. Has criticised, saying you don't want to be using those soft compound tyres, but Poe, or Pog in fact, has completely ignored that, and he's gone for an aggressive strategy and taken provisional pole position. That is not something I think I'd be saying this at this stage of a qualifying session in Bahrain. Wonder if Nolan will pit at the end of this day. I think he will. He might be doing an aggressive strategy like Pog. Round the flat right hander he goes, and he had a bit of a moment through there, and that he got on that inside cover a bit too much. That's unfortunately got saying Big C deserves a bit of screen time. In fact, he should finish his lap, so that is unfortunate there. What about Casper? Casper isn't on one either. No one's on one now. I think this is the stage where everyone's getting to their in last. Lee Finley goes P2. So we're seeing more drivers use the soft compound tyres in qualifying than I thought we would. I thought we'd see 0 drivers using them in quality, but we got 2 already, and starting to think, will we see a few more for the soft compound tyres to go soft to hard strategy? Is Blizzard on one? No, Blizzard's on an in lap. Sorry, everyone is on an in lap. We'll give Big C a bit of camera time like Callum Anderson requested to. In the Alfa Romeo, 7-time champion, coming towards the end of his PSGL career, I assume now. Getting ever older, being one of the most longest people on the PSGL site. A very glorified career from Big C. 7 world championships, about 8 constructors championships, and to now I say he's been the best driver PSGL site has ever seen. But retirement is starting to kick in. He's turned into a bit, who can I compare him to? I don't know, I can say maybe a Michael Schumacher from his 2010 to 2012 days. A lot more slowed down now than what he used to be in his prime. Jay did go 5th, I did miss it. He is coming into the pits, so this is where everyone will be coming into the pits now, and then changing for a set of the medium tyres or soft tyres to try and get their fastest run in as possible. I'm gonna ask in the chat now, who are you going for your top 3 in qualifying? If I have to go for someone, I think it'd be Louis, Nolan, and me. I think that'd be my top 3 I have to go for. I reckon that the soft runners will get beat, which is quite a bold statement. I wonder what Sparks is going to come out on. Sparks has to be aggressive here. Now you've got to go for a fast strategy because he has got that 20-second time penalty, as I said, so he will have to just push all race, not care about tyres, and just gain as many positions possible, and possibly drive one of the best races of his life if he really wants to get any sort of points from tonight's race. Time penalties should be low, so that would be something against him. If he had maybe somewhere like Canada where he could just keep time penalties low, then the 20-second time penalty wouldn't be as bad. But Bahrain really isn't known for getting many time penalties. Well, we're right on board with Sparks as he is the first man on the set of mediums. I think, is that Louis ahead of Louis on one, but where is he? Let me just check Louis and then I'll go back to Sparks. Where's Louis? Also, Louis actually on one ahead of him, so we'll go to Louis, then we'll change to Sparks after that. Louis 2 and a bit tense up through sector 1, now down into turn 7, 8 and 9. Ran a bit deep there, so it's not looked the greatest from Louis. I wonder if we'll see Louis dip into the 26s on this lap. With the 27.5 on hards, I assume he will dip into those, because I think the improvement from the hard to the medium tyres is about 7 to 8 tenths. Correct me if I am wrong, and Louis is in fact 6.5 tenths up, and with more time to be gained in this final sector. Who knows? Louis does run a bit wide again into that corner, so that Williams doesn't seem to be sticking as nicely as he'd hope it to be, Louis, as he comes down into the final corner for what will be his final run in qualifying. Louis in the Williams, up to the line, opens the DRS, up into overtake, and Louis will set a 126.6 and absolutely smashes the competition behind him. Sparks is 8 tenths up. Can he get anywhere near Louis? He's got to find about another 8 tenths in the final sector alone if he wants to get onto pole position. He's got a lot of traffic ahead of him though. Jake's having to get out of the way, but Jake times it perfectly and doesn't really block Sparks. Sparks is going to get a little bit of a slipstream up to the line. It's going to be a 27.2 and he does go P3. What about Nolan? Nolan into the final corner. He's got to find a bit more time, Nolan, if he wants to get onto the pole position. He's got to find 6 tenths in the final sector, and to be honest, I don't see this challenging Louis. He's half a second down. Amir goes P2, so Amir's done a solid job there. Who else? Jake Tex. Jay is in the first sector. What about who is there? That is CRG Blizzard. CRG Blizzard recently transferred from VSR to CRG, and he'll be looking to impress his new team. Has really picked up the pace in PSGL and generally on this F1 2019 game in the last 6 to 7 weeks. And Louis times that slipstream on his Williams teammate to perfection, but Blizzard runs very deep there, and I wonder, has he messed up the braking? And going to lose a lot of time. How much is he up through the middle sector? He is 8/10 up, listen, so this is currently good enough to put him on about 27-2, but with more time to be gained in the final sector, could we see Blizzard get into the top 4? Nolan's 27-1 does look beatable, to be honest. Round the final corner comes Blizzard. Runs a bit wide once again. Williams seems to be understeering quite a lot. It's not going to be pole position. It's going to be P4 for Blizzard. 27-0. I'm going to turn my attention back to Jake Tex. Jake Tex in the final corner. Louis has retired, so that is his qualifying done. We got Racing Point coming up to line. Poe 26-7. We got Jay setting 27 dead. Aaron Collingwood, last week's pole sitter, 6/10 up. As he approaches the final corner, locks up from 2nd to 4th here. The final runs in qualifying. Aaron Collingwood opens the DRS and up to 9. Aaron goes P8. Lee Finley, he's looking to improve, but I don't think he will improve. He is 3 and a bit tenths down as he comes into the final corner. Lee Finley all over the place, and that Toro Rosso oversteering quite a bit out the final corner, and he doesn't improve, and that will be P11 for the Toro Rosso driver, and I think that is our qualifying done. What about Nolan? Is he going to go again? Nope, Nolan's done with qualifying. So that is our grid. And once again, VSR Onyx is going to be starting P20. Not what he needs. An awful start to his qualifying in the both races. Odin don't race anymore. He broke his pad, so that's why he is not around in any leagues at the moment. But that was quite an eventful end to qualifying. But it is last season's champion, ILRT Louis on pole. What great effort from him with 26.6. But Pog up there in 3rd on the alternate strategy. He's going to be fast for the opening 2 laps, I say. And then they're just going to drop off. Turning off stream now. Good luck with the comms, Nickel. Thank you, Onyx. And hello to Oogie Azim. If you have any questions for me in the chat, just put hashtag #AskLickle and then I'll try answer them to the best of my ability. Just waiting for Zenki to retire, and then I can go through our grid for this evening's race. We've got JP saying I think Alfie might struggle this season. The Red Bull driver having a miserable qualifying in 17th, but the 7-time champion Big C out qualifies him by 5,000. So those two are going to be quite close to each other, I think, this season. I think it's going to be quite a challenging one for some of these drivers. Alfie, Lakitu, Ash, Lambo, Nick, Big C, or not Onyx actually. Those drivers I named, they're going to be finding it a bit difficult this season. Got Nolan and Onyx in game chat. Thank you for my XP Codemasters. And here is the results from qualifying. So ILRT Louis is on pole on a 126.6 on the medium compound tyres. 2nd is Amir. 3rd is Pog on the alternate strategy on the soft tyres. So I'll be interested to see how he could do. If he could get up ahead of Amir or maybe even Louis, then this race could really turn out to be something special. 3rd is Pog, as I said. 4th is Senki. 5th Jay. 6th Blizzard. 7th Nolan. 8th Aaron Collingwood. 9th is Calzo, and then rounding out the top 10 is Casper in the Ferrari. 11th we've got Sparks. He's got a 22nd time penalty, so it's going to be a hard race for him. 12th Lee Finley tried to improve on those medium tyres but didn't work, and then 13th was Will. 14th Ash Best. 15th was Lakitu, 16th was Big C, 17th Alfie, 18th Lambo, 19th Nick, and then 20th was VSR Onyx, crashing out for a 2nd week in a row. We got Dylan Warren saying Onyx to win, even into AMS. Uki seems saying Big C to F2. Alamonda saying that's a really close qualifier, a really close session, looking down the order. Got my popcorn ready saying point on media, and then Alamonda asked the last question, does anybody have Dirt 2 here? Any good? I've heard it's a good game, Venom, so maybe just try and watch a bit of, maybe get a few game reviews and then maybe make your decision off. But I'm just going to have a drink whilst we get underway for the formation lap, so I'll see you in about 20 seconds. So the formation lap is underway. So everyone in the top 10 is starting on the same tyres they qualified on. So Pog is the only one in the top 10 on the soft, with everyone else on the mediums. Then Sparks 11th on the mediums, 12th Lee Finley on the hards, 13th Will on the mediums, 14th Ash on the hards, 15th Nikiti on the mediums, 16th Big C on the hards, 17th Alfie on the hards, 18th Lambo on the mediums, 19th Nick on the hards, and Onyx in 20th on the hard compound tyres. We've got coming in. We've got Demon saying Dirt 2 is a single great video game of all time. James saying Vamos Big C team washed up. So it's going to be a long, I reckon we're going to have a long but fun 29 laps of action here, and hopefully I can provide some of the best action we can see all season. I think one of the only times are going to be on comms. Owen is unfortunately sick, so if you are wondering why I'm here, I'm just covering for him, so he will be back for next week. So we'll go on board with Louis. We gave Louis a bit of camera time last session in qualifying, but as he set such a quick lap, I think we should ride on board with him for the rest of this formation lap. He can of course judge the pace, take it as slow as he wants, take it as fast as he wants. You don't want to really be taking it fast because you'll be getting people behind that will be backing up. Gonna ask in the chat now, put your predictions in for the top 3. I think I'm going Louis, Blizzard and the Mir. I think that would be our top 3 for tonight's race. I think Blizzard will pull back something after quite a good P2 last week. It was a Williams 1-2 last week, the first 1-2 in about 2 seasons. If anyone can guess who got the last 1-2 in PSGL F1, I would be very happy with you. It's a little hint there from me. Anyway, that's enough about me giving hints. Louis is lining up on the grid. We'll just see where Onyx is. Onyx is going to be the last car to line up. I feel like hopefully we don't see any carnage, but I reckon on these opening laps Pog could threaten some of the top 2 of Amir and Louis. Anyway, if I can get, I think that's a decent camera angle. The lights are on here in Bahrain. It's 4:05 and it's lights out, and away we go for the start of the Bahrain Grand Prix. It looks like a good start from Louis from the front row. Will Amir try dive one down the inside? I think Louis got a good enough start. What will Pog do? Pog will try go down the inside. We got Ferrari making a late move down the back. I think we got a bit of contact in the midfield here. 2 Hasses side by side. Nolan getting past Zenki. Aaron running very wide, and Aaron almost losing it there. We got Blizzard, we got Carnage in the back, we got an Alfa Romeo, both Red Bulls, a Toro Rosso, all crashing into each other, and that seems like a very big incident. And I wonder, could we see a safety car or a virtual safety car appear? We'll go down to Big C. What has happened? Look at that, you can see in the background there is a lot of damage, and some of these drives on the hard compound will be regretting starting them, because now they've got to do at least 2 stops now, which is very unfortunate for them. Anyway, let's get the position change up from lap 1. We've got Jake Tex gaining 1, Nolan up 2, Calzo up 3, Zenki down 3, Blizzard down 2, Casper up 1, Will up 3, Aaron down 3, Lambo up 6, Ash up 1, Onyx up 6, Nick up 4, Sparks down 5, Alfie stays the same, Big C down 2, Lakiti down 4, and then Lee Finley is out of this race. The 2 Red Bulls did in fact crash into each other, and that is unfortunate for them. I don't think they actually touched. I think there was more contact ahead of them that they couldn't avoid. And Amir hits the back of Louis, and then Amir is going to take the lead, but here comes Pog, LR Pog. I think we're going to see 3 wide in the straight, the Williams, the Racing Point and the Mercedes. Amir sets the fastest out, and Pog's going to try to squeeze himself down the inside. We can see 4 cars slipstreaming. They're within 2 tenths of each other. Who's going to come out on top? I think it will be Louis. One awful camera shot from Cone Masters here, and Amir takes the lead with Pog in second. Louis is going to be furious with that because he's gone from first, and now he's going to have to defend from JTEX in P4. Louis could drop down quite a bit here. This is not what he needs, and Jay's going to go round his outside, and I don't think there's going to be any room to go around the outside there, and Louis just holds on. We got Zenki getting past Calzo, so Zenki trying to make up for a bit of the horrid start he have losing about 3 or 4 positions. And look at that, Pog has managed to get himself in between one of the drivers, and we got Sparks crashing out. Sparks has crashed out, and I wonder, will that be a safety car now? We had a lot of contact on lap 1, and now another car out. How has there not been a virtual safety car or a safety car? This really does need to be fixed by Codemasters. But now we need to focus on Louis here, because Louis needs to keep himself cool. He don't want to be making any sorts of mistakes, because look at that, Amir is just gaining away from him. Louis isn't the best under pressure, shall I say, and he's going to really be tested here, because he's got what's going to be a slow racing point of Pog up ahead of him. And look at that, Pog's already out of the DRS compared to Amir, which is really not what he needs if he wants to hold off Louis. I don't think Louis is going to be the person he'll be fighting. Amir sets the fastest lap on a 31 dead, and Louis is going to tuck into the slipstream. And look at that, Pog's got very good straight line speed. Will Louis dive one down the inside? The Williams driver will dive it. Pog's going to hold his ground round the outside, and it's good driving from Pog and Louis side by side. Louis round the outside with superior traction, gets the move done, and now here comes Jaketex. DRS is enabled for these drivers, and Jaketex on the run to turn 3 is going to go round the outside. We've seen the Mercedes try to go round the outside here before in real life, and I think he's going to try and get the move done. They're still going to be side by side, and there's more contact. And how Pog has not ended up in the barrier, I don't know, because that seemed like quite a big bit of contact between Jay and Pog. Let's just say Pog is one lucky boy there. We got Calzo, Nolan side by side. Calzo round the outside, he's going to go down the inside. What has happened to Nolan? Because Nolan has lost a few positions. Calzo does run wide. Nolan's behind his teammate. Has him and his teammate had a bit of contact? What about Blizzard? Look at Blizzard side by side with Calzo. Blizzard will be looking to make up a bit of lost ground off the start. Down the inside into turn 10. Nice and easy for Blizzard. And next car for him will be S2V. It's Nolan 53. Good evening to Odems. Odems saying he would dominate if he was racing. And to be honest, I would agree with that statement. Odems is very good around here. We've got Calzo and Casper battling into the final corner. And look at that. Pog's already lost 1.6 seconds to Louis. And there's going to be a bit of a train falling behind him. I'm going to turn my attention to Jake Test, because he's going to have the slipstream here to go down the inside. What about Zenki? Zenki's going to have a bit of a run as well. But he's just going to be too far back to possibly try something. He won't launch it. Look at that. Nolan. Oh, I thought Nolan was going to launch one down the inside there. We got cars battling away here. Calzo lose now. Aaron round the outside of Casper. Aaron runs wide again, and that's a 3-second time penalty for him. Calzo has lost 4 positions, I say, and he's looking vulnerable to Lambo now. What is going on with Calzo? He's got no front wing damage. He's just struggling for pace here. And him and Lambo are going to be side by side still, and I think Lambo's just going to hold it round the outside of the Livid Racing driver. And he does. Good racing from Lambo there. Look at Pog though in P5 dropping back. I've told you, after about this stage of the race, those tyres are really going to die. And we can see here, because Pog is dropping back, and Nolan in fact hits the back of him. Nolan hits the back of him, and he gets through. Pog will not be happy with that. What does Pog have? DRS. He does have DRS, so he might give him a little bit of a chance to fight back here. Nolan taps his way past Pog there, and as I said, Pog won't be too happy. Next car behind him is CRG Blizzard. Blizzard, one of the most coolest people when under pressure. I don't think I've ever seen this guy lose the plot before. So that is the issue resolved. I do apologise for that. Got Blizzard on the back of Pog. He couldn't get past on that straight, so he has lost a bit of time to Nolan ahead. He is already about a second back, so Blizzard does have to get a bit of a move on here. And will he try launch one down the inside? No, he won't. Pog is just staying into P6. I wonder when will we see Pog pit. He'll definitely have to pit a lot earlier than some of these drivers, or most of these drivers, or all of these drivers, as he is on very worn soft tyres. We're right on board with Blizzard, as he pretty much should be very easy for him, because Pog has got no DRS. He's got decent straight line speed, but I reckon Blizzard will get through under braking. Will Aaron try to follow him? Oh, Aaron hits the back of Blizzard. Aaron round the outside of Pog. Very opportunistic move from Aaron, and he gets through. And now can Aaron possibly try to attack Blizzard here? Aaron's lasted a lot longer than last week, and he gets up into P7. Good driving from him. We've got Lambo in the background. In fact, just behind Calzo. I don't think he was close enough there. I reckon we're just going to see overtakes in 2 spots today, unless there is mistakes. That is literally into turn 1 and maybe into turn 10 and turn 3. That's it. That's where we'll see overtakes. Apart from that, I don't think we'll see any overtakes anywhere else, unless someone decides to get their elbows out. Monaco will be the nightmare before Christmas in PSGL. Yep, Monaco will be the final race before the Christmas break, but hopefully you will do like to tune in for a Christmas special, shall I say. But that's enough about Christmas just now. We still got about over a month before it happens, about 7 weeks, I'd say 6-7 weeks till Christmas. So we're right on board with Zenki with his down in, actually up into overtake now. Will he try attack Jake? He's having a very strong race at the moment, Zenki, and Jay is looking vulnerable to the Haas driver, with Nolan following behind in P5, Blizzard in P6, 2.5 seconds back. He's not going to have any DRS, which really will not help him. Wonder how long will we until we see a battle between the front two, Amir and Louis. Amir and Louis, good mates, they go on well. They won't want to take each other out. That's the main thing. Got a nice saucy battle coming on here from all the way from Blizzard to Nick. Then we got Alfie miles behind now. Alfie with big damage, I think, after that incident. Watch. No, it just seems like one big DRS train. I think Pog now is going to be dropping back and splitting up this train just a bit, and he will have to pit surely at the end of this lap, because he's just losing too much time in this racing point. But we're going to go back to the battle for P3 and P4 between Zenki and Jaketex. Nolan in the background running very wide there, losing a lot of track. And here we go, DRS and Slipstream. He's got to up the airs now. Here comes Zenki. Got 90% battery here. You're definitely looking to use all of that. Jaketex will be defending the inside. Can he get through? Oh, he's going to try something latency. No. Got to watch for his teammate Nolan behind. Nolan's going to be following here. Nolan's got a chance, but he does make a bit of a mistake, so this allows Zenki to have a chance. Can Zenki go down the inside? No, he's just a bit too far back. Got Casper now behind Pog. Pog is just dropping further and further back, and Casper's going down the inside, and Casper just get the move done. And now look at Calzo. Calzo is there. Calzo tried maybe to slip his Toro Rosso down the inside, but just couldn't. He had a good start, Calzo, but has dropped back since then, and now down into P11. It is a bit, it's unfortunate for him. Who else to follow? We've got to follow Zenki, because look how close Zenki is. Zenki's close in DRS, but he's just not using enough Earth. Look at Jaketex, 35%. Zenki, 100%. Zenki's got to use a bit more Earth if he wants to get through. Sparks has left the session. What a miserable Bahrain Grand Prix for him. It would have been miserable anyway, because he would have had a 20-second time penalty. It would have been hard to try get up into the point from there, seeing how close the grid is at the moment. Lap 8 out of 29, I think we're about to be starting lap 9. Amir is still leading by 1.7 seconds. Him and Louis seem to be trading fastest lap times between each other. Not the fastest lap of the race, but their fastest. times. We got Alamondo saying a good point here. Amir has the match of Louis on these mediums, but I think Louis will be quicker than him on the hard tyres. I do agree. I think Louis just has the edge over Amir on those hard tyres, to be honest. And maybe a couple of attempts, which could prove vital for him. Gotta watch Will. Pog has pitted, so Pog is on to a set of hard tyres. So we'll see if he'll be able to make up a bit of ground after that long stint. Lambo almost went into the back of Cowser there, and that's costing because he dropped behind Ash Best. Ash up into P11. Had a horrible season, had a horrible time in F1 last season, Ash. And this seems like a much harder grid, but he is running in P11 at the moment, so he is looking good to maybe sneak a point if he just keeps going as he is. Jay just dropping 3 seconds behind now. I wonder when we'll see some of these medium tyres, medium runners come into the pits. I reckon about lap 11, lap 12 we'll see the drivers start to peel off into the pit lane for a set of hard tyres to take them 18 laps. Pog is going to be putting a lot of work into the tyres to make sure they get to the end, but you never know, we could have a late safety car. We could see a crash and a late safety car for an absolute, like a time trial fest on a set of soft tyres. Push as hard as you can, qualifying laps to the end. That's what we'd love to see. Jay's going to pit. No, Jay dummies about coming into the pits. And here we go, because look at Nolan. Nolan's got to run on his teammate here. Will he try to lunge one down the inside? I don't think he will. No, he just sticks back. All half-hearted from Nolan. He looked like he was going to go for it, and then thought better of it. What about Will? Will is still there on his teammate, or his rival, sorry, of Aaron Collingwood. No. We've seen a lot of DRS and slipstream trains now between these shafts. Not many overtakes, which is a bit annoying to see. We're going to see an overtake here, because here comes VSR, Onyx and Pog. Pog would not like this, because Pog needs to be pushing and make up for all the ground he did lose. But in fact, he's just lost another position to Onyx. So Onyx will have the tyres for another few laps, and I reckon they'll come back to the Racing Point driver. Who else? We have to go back to Zenki. Look at that. Louis has started to catch Amir. The gap's down to 1.3 now. Amir's tyres starting to die. Has Louis just conserved his mediums a bit and maybe start to push now so he can make up the ground he did lose? Remember, Amir did hit Louis to get past him. That made Louis lose 2 positions, I think it was. 2 or 3 he lost. And that was... Now it's a bit of a fight back for Louis. 1.2 seconds to gap. He's almost within DRS. 2 more tenths he's got to gain and he'll be there. And getting it. We've got Zenki closer than ever. Amir pits. Amir comes into the pit lane here on lap 11. And we've got Zenki getting past JTech finally. So Zenki's going to be pushing. Nolan has sped into the pit lane. So that's not going to be good for him in his battle for the podium. Loses an extra 5 seconds on his time at the end of the race. Who else is there? So Nolan, Amir, Blizzard, Aaron, all pitting from a set of mediums onto the set of hards to run them to the end. Jay will be looking to come back at Zenki. I don't think he can. I think Zenki's just got the advantage over him at this stage of the race. Who else? Lambo, oh, Alfie and Amir. Alfie and Amir just swap positions. I imagine that was a bit of an easy one, but Alfie, or Amir, sorry, does run a bit wide, but Alfie just doesn't bother battling his ILRT teammate, which is not what you really want to see, but whatever goes through their head is whatever, to be honest. Got the key to getting past Big C into turn 1. Big C having a miserable time down in 18th. What a difficult season this is going to be for him, and I really think after a strong P7 in Napaku, that's going to be his best result. We'll see. Unless we have a race where about 5 people show up. That's really what I've got to say, to be honest. I feel like this could be the season that pushes Big C into retirement. Really could be. We've got Louis coming into the pits. What is the gap between him and Amir? Amir did make that mistake, to be honest, so 22.8 is the gap. Can Louis possibly perform a wonderful overcut and get up into what was his P1? We'll go to Amir. Where is Amir? And then we'll have it switching between Amir and Louis. Amir coming down the pit straight. Where is Louis? Louis coming down the pits. Oh, it's going to be close between the two. Here comes Louis, here comes Amir, and you know what? I think Louis is going to perform the overcut. They're going to be side by side. You know what? Who's going to come out on top? Will it be Amir? Will it be Louis? It's Louis. Louis performing a masterclass here. Getting a massive overcut. Gaining 1.2. But Amir's not going to get this up. He's going to go down the inside to turn 4. They make contact again. That's the second time they've made contact this race. And I said it earlier. Louis was going to be not going to be happy. He's going to be more than that now. He's going to be absolutely furious at his ILRT teammate. Amir just holds on to the effective race lead, but I reckon Louis will come back at Amir. Louis has got the title for hard tyre merchant. He's known by a lot of people as the hard tyre merchant, so this is his tyre to make the gains. And look at that, he's got a better run than Amir already out there, and Amir could start to feel the pressure, to be honest, of Louis behind him. Louis is a very scary presence when he is driving behind you. That is something I've got to say from the past. Definitely puts you under pressure. Driving with his speed, got to be up there, driving at your best of your ability to keep someone like him behind. But Amir is driving well, has made a few bits of contact with him, but it's alright. But Louis is going to have the DRS and the slipstream. Here we go now. Amir's going to have to defend. Amir going all the way to the inside, and Louis is going to tuck into the slipstream, and the Williams driver is going to go around the outside, and Amir brakes late, and he completely messes the braking, and Louis performs the switchback. That is beautiful from Louis, pressuring Amir into a mistake, and that's what that man does. I tell you, he forces you into mistakes, and Amir did make a mistake just there. We got Zenki on Alfie. Zenki down the inside. Alfie's going to hold it around the outside. Alfie ghosting, a bit of lag there. Alfie, will he try battle? No, Alfie just doesn't have the grip to battle. 12 lap old hard compared to Zenki's 1 lap old hard, which is very, very smart from Alfie. Just run his own race and hope something happens when you need to pit, so you could possibly gain a bit of time. Next car behind Alfie is in fact Jade Catex in the Mercedes. Jade Catex will be a lot faster than Alfie. A lot of the drivers that are going to be piling up behind Alfie are faster now, so it's going to be a tough old time for poor young Alfie. Got Nick and Ash battling in the lead there. LR, Nick, Ash, will we see something happen there? I don't know. I want to watch Jake text, because Jay needs to get past Alfie as quick as possible, because he'll soon lose DRS to Senki up ahead. And look at that, Jay is going to up it into hot lap and overtake. He might try to get this move done before the final corner. Here we go. Jake takes down the inside of Alfie, and he gets the move done, but Alfie will get a switch back here. Could we see Alfie fight back on the Mercedes driver here? Jay's got DRS, I don't think we will. Alfie's just going to be carried along, and look at that, Amir's lost 1.3 seconds to Louis, and I think Louis is going to have this wrapped up in the bag. Alfie doesn't have a chance of coming back there, which is unfortunate for him. Got Onyx and Will battling. Oh, Onyx coming across very aggressively. Aaron gets through. That looks very, very hasty from Onyx there, trying to come across. I don't think that was a very risky. Luckily there wasn't a collision. Come across right ahead of Aaron there, but Aaron's up into P10. Will try to go around the outside of Onyx. They're going to be battling side by side, the McLaren and the Renault driver. Who's going to come out on top? Will it be Will? I think it might be Will. Onyx holding it down the inside, but Will with the better grip is going to go down around the outside. They're still making contact, and look who's going to be gaining on this battle, Casper and Calzo. And Will still holding it round the outside. This is great racing between the two. And now down the inside, who will come out on top? Will it be Onyx? Will it be Will? They're still holding it side by side. Onyx round the outside. Will just gets it done. I think they're still going to be side by side through out of turn 9 down into turn 10. Who will come out on top? They've been side by side for about 4 corners now, and I think Will finally is going to get the move done on Onyx. He has. That is great racing between the two. That is what you like to see. Aaron getting his 2nd time penalty this race. That is not what he needs. Very unfortunate for him. Turn my attention to Nolan, because he's getting close to Alfie, but he isn't really close enough to go for a move now, so I will go back to that Onyx vs Will battle, because Onyx will have DRS on Will, but I don't think Will has it. Does he? Did Will get it? No, he does. No, he doesn't. So now Onyx is going to come back at the Renault driver, overtake DRS for him. Will's going to have to defend. Onyx with a late move down the inside. Will comes back on to the inside line, and Onyx just holds on. I meant the outside line there for Will. They're going to be side by side, and Lucky's going to try to get involved. Calzo as well. We could see 3 wide in the straight here. Will Calzo try to go down the inside of both? Side by side, the McLaren and the Renault driver. The Toro Rosso slipping himself down the inside. I don't think he can. He's going to lose out there. And then Casper. Will Casper try to get through? Casper aggressively ran the outside. I don't think there was any way to go there. He tried something spectacular, and unfortunately it just didn't pay off. Got Nolan. Look at Nolan. All over the back of Alfie now. And Nolan just losing a lot of time behind poor Alfie on these tyres. He's got to try to go down the inside. But no, he's just too far back on the braking. Remember, Nolan's got 8 seconds of penalties due to that 5-second stop go and the 3-second time penalty at the end of this race. So this really is affecting him quite badly. And look how close it is. That front wing is almost in the gearbox of that Red Bull. They're that close. And I think Nolan could possibly go down the inside here. No, he won't. He'll wait till the main straight to try get a move done. Here we go. I think this is going to be nice and easy for Nolan. Alfie not even defending. Nick and Ash battling. Zenki and Jay swapping positions, are they? Yep, Jay up into P5. Zenki dropping to P6. But once Nick and the Ash best pit, Nick and Ash actually battling quite hard up front. And look at that, Ash is going to be leading a PSGL F1 race. When was the last time we said Ash Best 122 takes the lead of the PSGL F1 Grand Prix here in Bahrain? I don't think we've said that for almost 3-4 seasons, which is very, very nice to see. Ash back in his prime was unstoppable. I've got to go back to that fantastic battle to P11 though. That is very close. That was a very good battle. Onyx still ahead of Will, so Will is really losing time here. He has lost about, I say, a good solid 3 seconds in this battle, which is not what he needs. He needs to get past Onyx and break out the DRS and slipstream so that he can focus on his own race and try to get up into the points. He's going to get up into the points, I think, because once Ash, Nick, Alfie both pit and Onyx pit, he'll be up into about P8, I'd say. So it wouldn't be too bad for him. But let's see. And I am aware, JP, that he hasn't stopped yet, and that little period of Ash leading the race is now over. So soak it in whilst you can. Jake Tech sets the fastest lap at 30.07, though he won't be happy with that. So he gets in a right strop when he loses his fastest lap. Onyx pits finally, so that'll be Will gaining about 4 positions. Where will he be? Will be up into P8. Well, the drivers come out. Ash coming out just behind Pog. You got yellows in, set the 3. Who is it for? It is for Lakitu 886. He's hit the wall hard, and that is big damage to that Red Bull front wing, which is very unfortunate for him. Amir still holding on well to Louis, to be honest. 1.2 is still the gap between the 2 drivers, and he locks up quite badly there. And I wonder how much will he lose any time there. He's lost about 3 attempts due to that lockup. It's still quite close at this stage of the race. I'm still wondering what Jake takes to do, because Jay is in a very good position. Mercedes 2-3, very nice to see. Louis currently on guard to get his 2nd win in a row. We saw that, I think it was 6 different winners and 6 or 7 different race winners and 7 last season. You might see 2 or 1 race winner. Claim 2 victories already, and this is only round 2 of this season. Nolan gets another penalty, so that's 11 seconds of penalties for the Hash driver. He's going to currently be dropping out of the points, which is not what he needs. Let me take a bit of a sip of my drink there, because there's been non-stop action. Now 18 out of 29, this race has really flown by it, and hopefully we can see more action like this. I'm on board with the Dutch driver of Casper in the Ferrari. Casper really has improved from where he was last game, challenging in the F1 esports. He'll be looking to come up past Calzo and try to get up to P10. It's been a wretched race for him though, and I feel for him, but I know he has a lot more pace than what he is currently showing at the moment. I'm going to watch Ash, because Ash is on the back of Pog, and when we see Ash try dive one, Ash has got a dive one here, and he does, late on the brakes. Ash best down the inside, and Pog has nothing he can do there. Pog literally couldn't do nothing. That was a great move from Ash getting past him, and then Ash up into P12, and points isn't out of the equation for him there. Pole running very wide. I reckon Ash does have a chance of possibly getting up to about P8 here, maybe even P7, which would be a very strong showing from the Lithuanian driver in the Ferrari. I think one of the only ever Lithuanian drivers to hit the PSGL site, from what I know. Look at that. His next victim will be Lambo F1. 4 tenths behind. I won't be surprised if you see Ash just nab the fastest lap, because he will be a lot faster than the cars that have set to 30 dead on these medium tyres. They really will be good. Amir sets the fastest lap, they're 30 dead as well. So Jay, I think he beats Jay's time by about 9,000, so that is very, very close from them. We got M&S saying so PS4 best league drivers on all pad. Top 4 I think are all pad in this race. But here comes Ash. DRS slipstream, here we go. Easy as that, he is up into P11, and next driver will be his teammate, unless he has gone a bit too deep on the braking there. I think he has, so this might allow Lambo to come back at Ash here. Here we go, Lambo versus Ash Best. Onyx fastest at 29.7. Will Lambo try to go down the inside? No, he won't, he's just too far back. This was a goal on 2018. Yep, he was, and I hope we can see the Blizzard back from 2018 on this game, so I really think it'll be a good battle to see between him, Louis, Amir, Jake Tex. He's not far off it, but he's certainly doing a solid job. Lakitu 10-second time here for getting out of the way. That's just ridiculous from Codemasters there. I have to go on board with the battle for P3, because Zenki has been closing up to Jake Tex. Now Zenki looks quite fast at this stage of the race. With 2 tenths behind, he's got a much better run there, and this is really going to allow him a chance to get past him when he has DRS. And look at that, he's having to lift there on the straight to try get the DRS. He doesn't want to be overtaking him into the final corner, because if he does, then he won't have the DRS for this straight. He's dropped a bit back though out of that final corner, so he's got to try gain with the DRS in the slipstream, and he is really gaining. Here we go, down the inside goes Zenki on Jake Tex. Jay's going to try hold it round the outside. The Mercedes and the Haas going to go side by side through turn 2. And Zenki holds it round the outside. And Zenki will in fact get the DRS. So that is beautiful for him. Uses the DRS as a bit of a defensive tactic now. Very good from him to get up into P3. Good overtake. And Nolan is only a little bit off. We've got Nick and Pog battling in 13th and 14th. The Racing Point. And the two Racing Point drivers, in fact. I was about to say the Racing Point and some other constructor, but nope, it's the two Racing Points that'll be battling away in P13. Fair, Jay is still relatively close to Zenki. He has not got anywhere near the amount of Zenki has got. Zenki's managed that to perfection this race. Every time I've been on board with him, he has been on 80% plus, which is very good. As management, I don't think I could do that as well as he can. I don't think many drivers can do that as well as Zenki's doing tonight. And if he does get a P3, it'll be a very deserved P3. See how Amir's just doing. Amir still really keeping on with Louis, doing a solid job in P2, 1.5 seconds behind. Got Alamon saying Louis being a 3-time champion by the end of this season looks a good bet at the moment. If I had to place a bet on someone, it definitely would be Louis, because he looks unstoppable at the moment. I think that's where my money would be safest. Got Calzo. Calzo, could he possibly dive one down the inside of Will for P8? No, we can't, just a bit too far back. How's Louis's? We'll just check that real quick once the battle between these two continue. Will he be able to get through Calzo? Will has had quite a few good battles. One that shone from us has to be the one with Onyx for P11. That was a great battle in between the two. And now Will find himself in P8 defending off Calzo, Casper, and maybe Ash in the future. Louis has 36% ERS compared to Amir's 22, so Louis does have the ERS advantage over him. Got Nolan to be fair in P5 catching Zenki and Jake Tex. Nolan doing a solid job on those hard tyres. He'll be looking to possibly get up a bit, but he has got 11 seconds worth of time penalties at Nolan, so currently that's going to drop him, I'd say, maybe behind Casper. So he really has got to push. You don't really want to be making any sorts of contact with Jay or Zen, because if he does, then it could be a very, very big drop down the order for him come the end of this race. He's not going to be close enough. I'm going to have to watch Jay because he's going to be close enough on Zenki. Zenki using overtake us. Zenki finally under the 80% mark. He's having to defend. I don't think Jay will be close enough to go down the inside here, but he'll be maybe looking to try to get the run out of turn 1 and 2, and then on the run to turn 3 try to get past the Hash driver. He's got quite a good run. We got yellows in set the 3. Is it for Will Murdoch? No, it's not for Will Murdoch. It is for LR Pog. Pog is out. Jay can't get through. I'll see where he has crashed. Where is Onyx? Out of the final corner, he has given up. Pog has rage quit. Got a quitter, which is not what people like to see. But imagine if that brought out the safety car or a virtual safety car. Now, I think I'm getting my hopes a bit too high wishing for one of those because it don't come out very often. I don't think it'll be coming out anytime soon. Look at that, we've still got Jay Nolan still following about half a second behind. We got yellow to take the one, and I think that's Pog's car just pulling over and getting out of the way. We got Venom saying, or Alamon saying, oh, this is beyond PSGL now, he's earning millions in Hollywood. That'd be very interesting to say the least. But we're gonna see a battle. We're gonna see a battle no matter what between Jay and Zenki. Just Jay needs to get a better run out this final corner. Currently he's not doing what he needs. And to be fair, Will's just being passed by Casper. I don't really want to have to switch off this battle because Jay is going to be closing. He's not going to use as much as he can. We try to go down the inside. No, he won't. So we'll go to Will real quick. Will did get passed by Casper. He's going to have the DRS though. So here we go, the battle for P9. Casper versus Will. Will's going to come back. DRS in slipstream. Casper going to defend aggressively to the inside. Fair, he made his move early. And he gonna hold on. He's not, because Will's going to drive his way right round the outside. That's a great move from Will up into P9. But you know what that's going to allow? Casper, none of them have DRS interestingly. Will weaving a little there. Good battle in between the two, and Casper's going to come back down the inside, but Will's going to have none of it, and Will holds himself around the outside. Good from him, and Onyx is pitting. I wonder if that is going to be a retirement from him, or will he go for the fastest lap? He will be going for the fastest lap. He's going to fit a soft tyre. He's just going to push and make sure no one, like, I think he does have the fastest lap already, in fact. Yeah, he does, so he's just going to make his margin a bit more comfortable. Go to Jay. Jay is still very, very close. We got Swen saying 5-way battle for P8 in the final laps. Could do. We could see Calzo, Will, Casper, Ash, and Lambo maybe will battle in. I think Ash is getting ever closer now. I think this is where he's really going to start gaining on these drivers. 6 laps on these mediums compared to drivers on 10, 11, 12 lap old hard tyres. Anyway, here comes Jay. He's got a much better run than previous laps out of the final corner. He's going to go down or around the outside. Nice and easy for him. What will Nolan do? Can Nolan try something? Nolan would try something there, but it's just too far back, which is unfortunate for him. But look at Zenki. Zenki's got the run out of turn 2 there. He's not going to up the ERS though. He's not going to go for an overtake into turn 3. So he will be trying to possibly go back on the straight where he's just been overtaken. Quite a close battle there. Louis getting his gap up to 2.1 now. Solid from him. Gotta go to Casper. Casper still very close to the back of Will. In fact, Ash in P11 has lost time and he's finding himself under attack here from Lambo. Lambo will be looking to get ahead of him because with Aaron's 6-second time penalty, he could get a point there if he gets past Ash, so it's crucial he does. Ash makes a mistake, locking up quite badly there, and Lambo could have a chance, but he's just a bit too far back. So a lot of battles have to try to keep an eye on. How close is Casper? Casper's got the but Will is just in the DRS. As many battles this I've got to try to keep an eye on. Just trying to keep an eye on all the close gaps so I don't miss anything, to be honest. I think our best bet has to be Nolan because Nolan is very close to his teammate. Why doesn't Zenki give Nolan a shot to try and get past Jay? I know he's got the penalties, but it might just help him just a bit. Jay with the fastest lap of 29.6. That's impressive from Jay. That is very impressive there. But I imagine Onyx will absolutely smash that time. And you know what? Nolan's going to try to go down the inside of his teammate. He's not going to be able to get the move done there. Nolan's don't fancy hanging about. He wanted to get past, but in fact he's lost time there and he doesn't have a chance. Blizzard 5.5 behind him. He was only 2 seconds at one stage. So DRS, without DRS, he has dropped off massively. We got yellows in sector 1. What has happened? Oh, we got a car. We got a car off. Who is it? Who's the car off? Who was it? Who was that car off? Oh, it's a Red Bull of Nikita or Ralphie. One of the two. I think it was Nikita. Thought we saw one of the leaders crash out, which would be very, very offensive. That was a very confused man. I didn't see which car it was. I just saw a car off in the gravel. I originally thought it was like a Toro Rosso, or to be honest, I thought it was either Calzo and then maybe the Alfa Romeo of Aaron, but no, it was Nikita going off once again. A miserable race for Nikita down in P17. Ash is back up into the DRS now. He's just in the DRS for P10. He'll be looking to try get a legitimate point, and Amir has got a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits. I do think that will get removed because that is very, very harsh to say the least. But he might not need to get it removed. He might be able to pull that 1.2 on his teammate and just settle for P2 that way. Fair J is looking very fast. Has Onyx not set the fastest lap? Onyx still hasn't set the fastest lap in these soft tyres, which is very, very interesting to say the least. Who else is there? I think we have to see. There's no like overtaking spots in this middle sector unless someone gets really ballsy and just launches it down the inside, which I very, very much doubt. I very doubt we'll see, to be honest. Ash is still there and Will is getting closer. Those mediums coming to the end of their life now. Still want to do another 3 laps in them, so it could get into puncture territory for Ash. The only good thing is that he's on lower fuel, and with the track more rubbered in, there'll be less wear for him to concern her. And I was questioning Onyx, and he goes sets the fastest lap by half a second, so good effort from him. And I wonder if we'll see him pull in and retire the car and save the engine for a bit later on in the PSGL season. Look at that. Aaron is starting to really hold up the train now. Train's going to be forming behind him because Calzo is only half a second back. And I wonder if we'll see Calzo go for a move on the Alfa Romeo driver. Aaron's lasted a lot longer than last week. We're looking to pick up his first points finish in F1. It's going to be hard for him here, because he has got that 6 seconds of time penalty, so I do think he will drop out of it unless a lot of drivers behind do pick up penalties, or they just all crash into each other. Here we go, is Calzo close enough? He's not using enough airs, so he won't be close enough to launch one down the inside. Got Ash close, Ash trying to go around the outside, Will squeezing him, and Ash is going to get the switch back here on the Renault driver. Here we go, Ash versus Will. Will's got no DRS, so he's going to have to fight, and Ash is going to squeeze himself down the inside. Will thought he had the move covered there, but no, Ash wasn't having any of it, and Ash gets up into P10. Great move from him. Not sure if that was a bit of oversteer from Will there, or was there a bit of contact on the exit of the corner. Just looking back now, I think there might have been a bit of contact between the two. But anyway, Ash is up into P10, so he will be picking up, I believe, his first point of the season, which is what he likes to see. Onyx says pit in. I wonder if he's going to go for it. Yeah, another fast lap and try beat that. Oh, we got Nolan still very close. Oh, Nolan's made a mistake. Nolan's made a big mistake out the final corner. Lap 20 out of 29, the penultimate lap here. They're nowhere near each other, so I think I'm going to have to go to Aaron, Calzo, Casper, and maybe even Ash, because I think Ash does have a chance of catching up if these guys do start to battle. Here we go. Calzo not using any of his ERS though, which is very interesting. Don't know why he wouldn't be using any of his ERS, because look at that, he's leaving himself vulnerable to Casper here. Casper in the Ferrari be looking to try and get through, but he can't, he's just too far. I think Blizzard and P6 are just turning the engine down. make it comfortable, come over in P6. He's lost another 3 seconds since I last went on board with him. In fact, we got yellows in sector 2. Who is that for? Is it for Lakitu again? No, it's not for Lakitu. Who is it for? I don't know who it's for, but yellow flags were appearing. There's a bit of lag there from the 2 Renault drivers. Will and Lambo going to be battling. Wonder if they'll do a bit of a swap. Lambo trying to go down the inside possibly. No, he can't. He's just a bit too far back. Oh, Carlos almost goes back into the back of Aaron. We got Nolan. It was Nolan. Nolan's got a puncture. Nolan's got a left rear puncture. His race is over. He's not getting a point, and he spins the Haas around. That Haas is done for. What an awful sight for him. And the drivers that are going to have 17 lap old tyres are really going to be worrying now, because Nolan are only 17 lap old tyres and they have blew up. So I wonder how worried these drivers will be. So people like Amir, who's on his 18th lap on these tyres, really will have to save, because he can't afford to get a puncture. That's who the yellow flags are for. I didn't know who they were for, because it didn't show any drop of position. But then Blizzard suddenly got to P5, which was very eventful. Look at this. We got Casper as well. They're going to be free widing. We're free widing the background as well. Free widing 2 separate stages that they know they're not going to be free widing a bit more. And to come out to, we've got about 5 separate cars moving about here on the left hand side of the screen. And I think all the wet Renault is off. Oh, there's a big accident. It's Lambo. He's in the wall. And that is his race over. Oh my god. Lambo is out. So Alfie will move up into P12. Lakitu sets the fastest lap. And wait, has Kausa got a puncture? Because that car seems to be wiggling all over the place. No, he hasn't. I have to turn my attention anyway to ILRT Louis. He's just behind Big C. He would love to lap the 7-time champion, but I don't think he will today. Not quite today. See 2 retirements in this final lap. Hold up, I'm gonna have to go to Ash though straight after. Here comes Louis. Louis will take the race victory here in Bahrain. What a drive from him. Ash was close. I don't think he's close enough to get a move done. Amir with that 5-second time penalty does drop down to P4, but I imagine that will get removed. That was quite a harsh penalty, to say the least. Anyway, Aaron comes home in P6 anywhere across the line, but I don't think he'll keep holding that position. Nope, he won't. He drops to 8th. Will 9th, no. 10th for Aaron. I think it will be P10 for Aaron. 11th for LR Nick. 12th for Alfie. Be a decent result for him, you could say, after that accident on lap 1. Then 51 seconds behind is Big C. Big C, miles back. Had a very difficult race after that first lap collision. I think we need to invite people to the podium. Lakitu sets the fastest lap on the last lap, finishing behind 2 DNF cars, which is very embarrassing for him, to say the least, along with Onyx. That was quite an eventful race. I'm going to ask in the chat now who you're going for your driver of today. We'll just have a little look at the position change. And Big C cuts the final corner. Does me a favour, because he will end the stream or end this a little bit quicker, which is something you'd love to see anyway. Well, like the top 3, Louis, Jay, Tex and Zenki. I imagine Jay won't join. Louis may join, may not. And Zenki, I just don't know, but I think I'll go with what I've got. I think Amir will get that 5-second penalty removed, most probably. Got people saying Big C driver of the day. Anyway, here are your final classifications for tonight's race. Louis takes the win from J-Tex in 2nd. 3rd is Zenki, with 4th is Amir. 5th Blizzard, 6th Casper, 7th Calzo, 8th Will, 9th Ash and 10th is Aaron. In 11th we've got Nick, 12th Alfie, 13th Big C. Then DNF, and in 14th and 15th is Lambo and Nolan. 16th Onyx, 17th Lakitu, 18th Pog, 19th Sparks, 20th Lee Finley. I will invite the podium to the party. So we have invited the top 3 to the podium. I will give it about 30 seconds to see if they join, or if they don't join, we will wrap the stream up. We'll make sure that they all have their voices on, allowed to be shared. I'd like to see who is your driver for the day. I think if I have to go for someone, I'd give it to Jay. Jay showed solid pace all race. Got stuck behind Zenki. Either him or Zenki deserve it. Although Louis was very good, but Jay showed very strong pace towards the end of that race. Was very consistent throughout. So my drive for the day goes to Jay Shatex coming out in. I think it would be P3, P2, one of the two anyway. He got Tom saying big C for those track limits. We'll give it about another 20 seconds. Louis has joined, so we'll wait and see if anyone else does decide to hop in. Saying he has joined. I don't think Jay will join. I don't think Jay actually has a mic, so I think we can get this podium interview underway. So could you just please both make sure your voices are on and allowed to be shared, please? Are they both on, or? I don't know. Anyway, we'll start with you, Zenki. Congratulations on your first podium in F1. Just give us a rundown how you're feeling in that race.
Yeah, pretty good result considering I felt like I didn't have the pace of the other guys who finished around me, Louis, Jay and Amir. I'm not sure if I'll keep it though, because I think Amir might have a bit of a BS penalty that might need to be removed, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you showed some strong pace there. I'm not quite sure what the next track is, but do you think you can carry on with some of this form that you're currently showing?
Yeah, France, I quite like the track. I know it's meant to be a wheel OP track or whatever, but I mean, I quite like the medium hard strategy around there, and I think hopefully I have the pace to get some solid points.
Fair enough. And what was your ambitions coming into this season? Were you thinking that you'd be fighting up at these high positions such early on in your F1 career?
I mean, I just wanted points really, maybe like the odd podium if I got lucky, or if it was on one of my best tracks, but I didn't really expect to get a podium here in Bahrain, so I'm pretty happy with how it's gone so far. We'll just have to see what the future brings.
Yeah, fair enough. Congratulations on what for at the moment is your first podium in PSGL F1.
Thank you.
So we'll move on to Louis now. Louis, we're used to speaking to each other in parties, but now I get the chance to interview you. How does it feel to take your second win in a row in this season?
Good.
Is that all?
After Amir punted me up the chopper on lap like 2 or 3 at the last corner, so I went wide, allowing Poe probably about half the field past me. But yeah, I had to work my way back up. I think Amir got damage in the pits. No, not damage. Held up in the pits, so that allowed me to come out close to him. And then I think later on he went right deep at turn 1, so I managed to get out of DRS again. Went to the race win.
Fair enough. Well, you showed that you've had to have multiple challenges during this race. Is this a message to all drivers around you? You can throw anything at me, but I'll still come out on top. What are you feeling after that?
I mean, going into the next few tracks, I'm a little scared. So as long as I beat the other pad drivers, I'll be fine.
Yeah, and what is France like for you as a track?
Someone needs to bomb it.
A bit extreme, don't you think? Or
no, just bomb it.
Okay, and with 2 wins in a row, do you think this can be your championship to take home, or do you think anyone behind you can challenge you?
I mean, I'm hoping to have a better title retained than I did in S20, but hopefully not finish outside the top 10. So yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. That's all I've really got to ask you. So congratulations on your second win in a row this season, Louis.
Cheers, Vicky.
Well, that has been quite an eventful Bahrain GP. Make sure to tune in tomorrow night, same time, 8 PM for the PSGL FP Bahrain GP. I have been Lickle. Thank you for watching, everyone, and good night.